I'll start by saying this video isn't about real people. It's about a historical figure famous for his paintings, Gustav Klimt. He decides to talk about himself, and we're here to repeat what he said about himself. We're here to speak well of him. Baumgarten, July 14, 1862, Vienna, February 6, 1918, was an Austrian painter, one of the most significant artists. Gustav struggles with himself and is searching for himself. He finally finds peace after years of internal struggle and criticism where he doesn't feel free to express himself. He has a daughter, seems truly happy, and initially has a girlfriend. Gustav Klimt's life companion and muse was Emilie Flöge. She was an Austrian fashion designer and business owner. They never married, but they were partners for 27 years. Many art experts believe Klimt and Flöge inspired his famous painting, The Kiss. Emilie Flöge is a very beautiful young woman. She was always alone. There was nothing she would like more than to have Klimt's time for herself. Yet this never happened. She spent her days alone, days as dark as galleries. The painter often depicted her as blind, with her eyes closed, sleeping to avoid thinking about how lonely she felt. Klimt was always traveling the world with illustrious people to show off his works. He was an acclaimed man, a true artist. Although personal life is something private, Klimt loved to talk about himself. He knew he was ambiguous, naive, and a little childish. He truly loved women. Many of his muses praised women not for their sex, but for their value. He loved painting women with black or red hair, blue eyes, women with a divine appearance, strong, strange, colorful women. He loved with a pure love those female figures, like paintings animated by the utmost respect. People were hanging out with local friends, but poor Klimt was always alone all day in his solitude, painting. He loved dark places with the light of a few candles that brought out the best of his beauty. From the light of those beautiful candles, linear and sublime shapes. The faces of lonely rich women, eyes covered in gold. He wanted to try to remedy their loneliness with expensive gifts, seeing their smiles. That rainy day he sees himself again, alone, wanting to fight, desperate, searching for himself. It was a rainy day in Vienna, in the dark years. Just as in his paintings, I think of poor Venus, always full of ideas, her head in the clouds. The Sleeping Venus, also known as the Dresden Venus, is one of Giorgione's 1477 to 1510 greatest and most celebrated masterpieces. He painted a Venus sleeping and dreaming, alone, sad, golden, with strong red and orange colors. He sees a man in his room, an imaginary friend who was always with him. I always advise him. Then I told him about women who love to be sexy and desired. They want a man who loves and desires them. Another night, he sees two women in the room holding candles. They are muses, the women in his paintings who come to life, very beautiful, one taller, one shorter, long red hair, blue eyes. "We are time," the eternal women replied. So Klimt understood how his works were immortal. Thanks guys for listening, comment, and give them a thumbs up.